In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Greenbrier Village, Lakeland, Florida, a dark and chilling secret unfolded behind the closed doors of the Goodson family home. Cassidy Goodson, a 14-year-old girl celebrated for her prowess on the softball field and her dedication to family and church, was living a double life that would soon unravel in a nightmare of fear and desperation. For months she had been concealing a pregnancy, a secret so consuming that it drove her to unimaginable acts, a tale that would shock the community and leave lasting scars. Cassidy was no ordinary teenager. She was a star athlete, a churchgoer, and a helper around the house, often preparing family dinners. Her mother, Teresa, described her as a great child, a girl who seemed to have it all together, but beneath this facade of normalcy, Cassidy was trapped in a nightmare of her own making. Standing at just 5 feet 3 inches and weighing 100 pounds, her petite frame struggled to conceal the life growing inside her. She had managed to hide her growing belly with baggy clothes, lied to her family, and even produced fake negative pregnancy tests to deflect suspicion. Her aunts had voiced their concerns, but Teresa, trusting her daughter, dismissed them, unable to fathom the truth. The horror reached its peak on September 19, 2012, a day that would forever scar the Goodson family. While Teresa was at home, Cassidy retreated to the bathroom, a place that would become the scene of unspeakable tragedy. From 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., she endured labor alone, in silence. To muffle her cries, she bit down on a towel and turned on the water, ensuring no one would hear her suffering. The pain was excruciating, and in a moment of desperation, she resorted to using a pair of scissors to try to deliver the baby. Finally, at 10 a.m., she gave birth to a healthy baby boy, weighing 9.5 pounds and measuring 20.4 inches long. But this was no moment of joy. Instead, it was the beginning of a nightmare. In a state of sheer panic and overwhelming fear, Cassidy made a decision that would haunt her forever. She wrapped her hands around the newborn's neck and squeezed, choking the life out of him. The baby, still attached to her by the umbilical cord, was silenced forever. Cassidy then showered with the lifeless body, washing away the blood and evidence of her crime. She placed the tiny corpse in a shoebox, along with blood-stained towels and clothing, and hid it away, hoping to delay the inevitable. For days, the secret lingered, festering like a wound. Then, on September 22nd, Teresa Goodson, while cleaning Cassidy's room, was assaulted by an overpowering stench. Following the smell, she discovered the shoebox tucked away in a corner. Opening it, she was met with a sight so horrific it defies comprehension: the decomposed body of her grandson, hidden away like a discarded secret. The shock and grief that followed were palpable. A mother's worst nightmare made real. Cassidy was arrested and, during questioning, confessed to the unthinkable. She admitted to strangling the baby because she feared losing her family's love and trust. "I didn't want to change the relationship with my mother and my family," she told detectives, her voice trembling with the weight of her guilt. "I wanted it to stop breathing so I wouldn't get in trouble." The baby's father, another teenager, had been unaware of the pregnancy, and they had already broken up by then, adding to Cassidy's isolation. The case sent shockwaves through the community. Sheriff Grady Judd, addressing the public during a press conference, revealed chilling details. The baby had been choked while still connected to Cassidy by the umbilical cord. "I just can't get over that," Judd said, his voice heavy with disbelief and sorrow. He questioned where Cassidy's support system had been, highlighting the tragedy of a child committing such a heinous act in isolation. The legal proceedings that followed were fraught with complexity. Initially charged with first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse, Cassidy faced the possibility of being tried as an adult, which could have led to a life sentence. However, in December 2012, she pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Judge Donald Jacobson sentenced her to at least 18 months in a State Department of Juvenile Justice maximum risk facility, where she would also be required to complete a treatment program. The judge, after reviewing psychological and psychiatric reports, opted for juvenile sanctions rather than an adult sentence, explaining, It's a horrible, horrible offense. But the circumstances of how it occurred caused me not to believe it was premeditated. As Cassidy left the courtroom, tears streaming down her face, the community was left to grapple with the haunting question: how could a child, so young and seemingly well-adjusted, commit such an atrocity? The case of Cassidy Goodson stands as a chilling reminder of the devastating consequences of fear, secrecy, and the absence of support in moments of crisis, a tragedy that continues to resonate as a cautionary tale.